Clarkson has weighed in with his views on protesters on the M25. Jeremy Clarkson, 61, has fumed at climate change protesters who have been causing disruption on the M25. The Grand Tour presenter admitted he's been left wailing and gnashing his teeth as everyone has already insulated their lofts. Over the past week, protesters have been causing disruption on the motorway. Traffic was stopped in several sections on Monday and Wednesday. More than 70 people were arrested on each day of the protests. Friday saw more demonstrations on the M25 as well as the M3. According to Surrey Police and Kent Police, more than 24 people have been arrested from the latest protests. The climate change campaigners are calling for the government to take action on home insulation. They're asking Prime Minister Boris Johnson to commit to insulate Britain's 29 million leaky homes by 2030. In his latest column, former Top Gear host Jeremy has weighed in on what he thinks about the protest. Speaking about the activists, the broadcaster admitted he felt rather sorry for them. He penned in his column for the Sunday Times, "Two of the people sitting on the M25 on Wednesday were vicars, and that tells us a lot. And the people not moving them on, for hours, were policemanists, and that tells us even more, sick. But what it tells us most of all is that no one at the scene had anything better to do or anywhere better to be, and that's sad." Jeremy then admitted he's been tempted to give wool from his farm so the vicars could insulate their roofs. The idea behind this would be to let people get on with the important business of doing something about climate change. The presenter of the Amazon hit series Clarkson's Farm went on to speak about some huge innovations going on in China. Jeremy ended his column by suggesting they should be thinking something more important to worry about. Not everyone has been opposed to the protests, as ex-Green Party leader Caroline Lucas called them reasonable. Speaking on Sky News, she said, "I have a proud history of taking nonviolent direct action, as does the Green Party, and we do believe that it is legitimate when other forms of trying to raise issues with the government have failed. As long as it is nonviolent, then I think we need to understand why protesters have taken this extreme action." Elsewhere, Jeremy has been urging people to back farmers by buying British. He appeared at a Q&A hosted by the National Farmers Union earlier this week to launch their new food report. Speaking candidly at the event, Jeremy opened up about how he has found changing career to farming. He said, "I honestly thought farming, I would just get in my Range Rover and drive round and look at things. I really did. I just thought you put seeds in the ground, weather happens, and then some money comes. It's so unusual to get a completely new lease of life at 60. You do one thing for 30 years and suddenly find you're doing something completely different. I'm absolutely loving it."